This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The holidays are over, the decorations are down, and suddenly everything feels a little empty. It's normal to feel the winter blues after the holiday excitement. January, February, and March are by far my least favorite months of the year. It's cold and dark, and I have to get some extra vitamin D on board. I also need to keep my regular scheduled appointments with my therapist. So if you're feeling that post-holiday funk, I definitely suggest you checking out BetterHelp because maybe it's time to talk. You might also be one of those people like me who makes New Year's resolutions and you get super motivated. So maybe you need someone behind you to hold you accountable and come up with a plan to meet your goals. BetterHelp is super convenient, totally online. You have a therapist right at your fingertips whenever you need them. So head over to betterhelp.com/wifeofcrime1 to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/wifeofcrime1 for 10% off your first month. I know a lot of you are asking yourselves, where the hell has Wife of Crime been? Are they done making episodes? Well, we're not. And here is our update to let you know where we've been and what's next. It's been the most insane 3 months of our lives. So without further ado, this is the case of Russ and Jess. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Wife of Crime, a true crime podcast where I tell my husband, Russ, true crime stories, and he reacts to them.
What's up, folks? It's your boy Russ, a.k.a. I'm back, a.k.a. Mr. Not Me, Not Today, a.k.a. Pray for the Bear.
Oh, yeah. So this is not a regular episode. We are coming to you live from our bed because we don't have our podcast set up yet in our new apartment, because we wanted to give people who aren't on social media, you know, an idea of like, where the hell have we been? It's been since June that we put an episode out, and it's because our life got turned upside down and shit got cray.
First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who donated to the GoFundMe, the Patreon people who stuck around.
Yes.
It left me speechless, touched, and I don't know what else to say.
No, it was
you.
So incredibly moving, and we just appreciate it more than you guys will ever know. We can't put into words, honestly, how much it meant to us. So thank you so much.
It's been a long time, like Rakim would say. 50 years of hip hop, what up? And since then I've been injured.
Yeah.
And there's been people that jumped on Instagram like, holy crap, like I was wondering where you've been. So someone even said like, I made an Instagram account so I could check on you guys.
Yeah.
And since then it's hard for me to even say, but I got in a mountain biking accident and my legs don't work.
Yeah. June 17th, Russ was in a mountain biking accident in New Jersey, and he was going like 30 miles an hour down a mountain, and he got severely injured, multiple injuries. It's a miracle that he's alive, honestly.
Spinal. I broke my back. In the words of Mike Tyson, look that clip up.
I can put a little clip of it right here.
Mike, were you really sick this week? What was the problem?
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Yeah, so Russ broke his back, and essentially, yes, right now his legs do not work.
Ribs on both sides. I punctured 2 lungs.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably I broke my helmet. My helmet was cracked. And, you know, they flew me out in a helicopter.
Yeah.
You know, So as soon as they got to me on the mountain, I just said, get to the chopper. They pulled up. I went to the hospital. They gave me a backiotomy.
Oh, God. In all seriousness, guys, I got a phone call, and it was a random person on the mountain who said, I'm here with your husband. And the first words Russ said was, Jess, my legs don't work. And he kept repeating, I can't feel my legs. And I freaked the fuck out. I was in Maryland at the time visiting my dad for Father's Day. Me and my mom jumped in the car. We rushed to New Jersey, but we couldn't rush because there was freaking traffic. So imagine the level of anxiety I had trying to get to him. He was, he was taken out in a helicopter, taken to a level 1 trauma center. Thank God.
I stayed awake the whole time. I didn't get knocked out.
Yeah, you didn't lose any consciousness at all. And when I saw him next, he was rolling off into surgery from the ER, and it was...
That's some timing that you got there as I'm rolling off.
I literally did. And I gave you a kiss, and we spoke for about 5 minutes, and then you were wheeled off into surgery, and you were in surgery for the next 6 hours. And me and your family and your friends and my mom just waited, and it was horrendous. It was literally the worst day of my life and yours.
Yeah, I could say that, because a lot of times people would be like, oh, what's the worst day, or best day, or I know the worst day now.
Yeah, definitely the worst day of both of our lives. And since then we are adapting to this whole new way of life. Russ doesn't like to say the word paralyzed, so we're going to just say his legs don't work, because right now he's in physical therapy, and we are putting all of our effort and hope and fighting that one day we might get them to move again. And his PT is very optimistic.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep working and going through the motions. I'm going to, like Mike Tyson said, we're going to quote Mike Tyson again. Discipline is doing what you don't like to do, but doing it like you love it.
Yeah, that's a good quote.
So I kind of live my life by that. Like, it's basically the same thing as saying, man up, bitch. Same shit. Like, I grew up as like, yo, man up, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
you are very much like that.
So, my whole life, like, I just do things because I want the outcome of, like, what I'm doing. I don't necessarily like the journey sometimes. With fitness, I used to love the journey. I don't know why. I love the suffering.
Yeah.
You know why I love it? Because, like, I like to be strongest, or, like, I just like to be the best at what I'm doing. So I'm like, I'm doing this while other people aren't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people out partying, all right. They'd be like, oh, it's too hot. It's 100 degrees. Well, I'm out running.
Yeah. Yeah, you were definitely like that with fitness. And,
well, I ain't running no more.
Oh, stop. Stop. Don't make it uncomfortable, please.
It's tough. I used to always have a leg up on the competition.
Oh, my God.
But now, ain't no half stepping.
Just so you guys know, this entire time that he's been in the hospital and everything, we've gone through very many emotional ups and downs, both of us. And, we can crack jokes and stuff sometimes, but there have been some very low moments as well. But one thing is, Russ, through all of it, he has continued to be himself, in the sense where he will just crack a joke, make fun of himself, make fun of, stuff like that, and make people super uncomfortable, including his doctors and nurses. And everyone was like, I don't know if I should laugh at that. Like, people, you could tell they, like, debated in their heads, should I laugh? They did, like, the cringe laugh throughout the entire time.
Like when you crunch your shoulders up, you're like...
Many times he's done that to people.
But I don't know why. I love uncomfortable moments that I create. Like, if I create the uncomfortable moments, I'm dying laughing on the inside.
Yeah.
But I'm not laughing on the outside because I want to keep it uncomfortable.
Oh my God. I can't believe you think through it that much.
Yeah.
Well, after he got out of surgery, we found out the news of everything. And
I knew right away.
The extent of the injury.
I knew right away, like right on the mountain. Like I couldn't feel I couldn't move my legs.
You just knew.
It was instant.
That was it.
It was instant. Like,
wow.
So it didn't take the surgery. And like after the surgery, I was passed out in ICU for a while.
He spent a week in the ICU. 4 of those days were on a ventilator. It was insane just seeing him like that. So then after Russ spent about 2 weeks in the hospital, out of the ICU, then on a regular floor, then we got transferred to Chicago to the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab. And he spent 4 weeks there until our insurance kicked us out.
That was crazy because we were supposed to be there like 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And they kicked us out. And, thank God I have a lot of support and family and friends that would jump right in a heartbeat if I need help.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, like, imagine, like, if I was, like, a single dude and...
You didn't have me.
Didn't have you. And, like, what do people do in the situations where they're kicked out like that? That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Do they throw them in the middle of the street? Like, wait, I was in a hospital 4 weeks before this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay my rent. I got evicted. Or, like who knows what could have happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or...
It just shows that insurance companies run our world, run the healthcare system, and it's kind of nuts. So we ended up getting kicked out of Shirley Ryan and decided to move to Baltimore. So we took the Bronx guy out of Baltimore, but we can't get the Bronx out of you. That's for sure.
Nah, I'm gonna try to help Baltimore stop, snitching, and help them get pizza. Well, I don't know if they're snitching, but I know in the Bronx you don't snitch. They need pizza over here too.
Pizza's not terrible over here. In Chicago, the pizza was terrible. Sorry, guys who are from Chicago. Terrible food.
First of all, why is your pizza upside down?
We had a horrible time with
upside
food.
down pizza. Then they just give me some hot dogs with mad shit on it. And then I wanted ketchup. I don't care.
Yeah, I feel like they put mustard on everything on the hot dogs, and you're not allowed to get ketchup. It's like frowned upon.
My favorite restaurant was even slacking over there. I got a number 2 because I don't know. First of all, I got a Big Mac a couple times. There was a McDonald's right across the street.
Yeah.
And the food in Shirley Ryan was garbage.
Yeah, the food was garbage. It was a good place, but the food, terrible.
Straight garbage. And it was so awkward. I told them that it was garbage. They sent up the, what is it?
The manager of the food.
The manager of the food place. It was so awkward. And she goes, "Oh, I hear you don't like the food. What's wrong with the food?" I was like, "It's terrible." She goes, "What can we do to change it? Like get new food?
Yeah.
What do you want me to...
Get a different chef? I don't know.
Do you want me to tell you how to..." I should have said, "You know what? Take me down there. I used to work in food back in the day. Let me call my sister up. She's a good cook." Like, what did you want me to say?
Yeah, it was very awkward. It was so awkward.
So she left, and the food was still shit. But anyway, I was talking about McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yo, everywhere in the country, it seems like they put mustard on hamburgers.
Yeah, in the Bronx, they only put ketchup on the cheeseburgers.
Once again, only the Bronx does it right.
So Russ got a cheeseburger and was shocked when he had mustard on it.
I didn't eat it.
Yeah, he didn't eat it. It's true. So after we got kicked out of Chicago, we decided to move to Baltimore, and that's where we are now. We got an apartment here, and Russ is going to the Spinal Cord Center at Kennedy Krieger Institute, which we are so happy about. We started physical therapy this week, and we met his physical therapist, and she is like so motivated. Her name's Rachel. She's amazing, and we're really, looking forward to the progress he's going to make. He works hard. You guys know that. He doesn't slack. So we're going to see how much progress he can make over the next couple months.
Yeah, she's very motivated, and I'm the type of person that can't say no because I'll feel like a bitch.
Like, because she keeps trying to give him extra workouts.
So, like, we have 3 hours of physical therapy, but it's not physical therapy as far as, like, stretching, but it's, like, working out. Then she's like, "Oh, so we have this open time after where you could stay for another hour and a half after." And I'm like, fuck. But I'll say yes every time to working out. If she said, oh, you could come here from 9 to 5 and work out for 8 hours. I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, So I'll always say yes. Like if something's good for me, I'll always do it.
Yeah. So that's where we're at now.
You know, Mr. Stay Fit, Stay Alive is still in the building.
Yes, he is.
The arms are coming back.
Yeah, Russ lost 30 pounds, but he's gaining the weight back, and his arms are coming back because he's lifting his body weight all the time. And yeah, so that's where we're at now. We're in Baltimore. We're doing this. I got a job. I start in November, so that's crazy. We left our condo on June 17th.
I'm going to miss
and neither one of us have ever gone back to it.
That's crazy that like that day I crashed. Since then, I just haven't been home.
Yeah.
So we just got movers and they brought all of our stuff here. So like, there's some stuff I'm not sure where it is. I thought I lost a pair of sneakers, but I got one. And because I thought I lost a pair of sneakers, I immediately ordered one.
Ordered one sneaker?
No, because I didn't get my leg cut off, so I ordered 2 sneakers. But how about if people's legs are cut off? I wonder if they could just like hit up Nike, like, listen, I really only need 1 shoe.
No, Russ, I told you there's a dude that lives here, and he's like a double amputee, and he has the legs that Oscar
Tink Tinks.
Yeah, like the metal legs. I forgot what they're called, the prosthetics that are metal, and he wears really fly sneakers with them.
No, but I was thinking if you had like one leg, like say if you got a like,
oh, you just roll around with one
and
leg.
say you're like a disabled person and you need 1 shoe, can you hit up Nike and be like, listen, Nike, I really only need 1 shoe?
Oh, true. Then you got to buy 2 shoes.
Yeah.
So, as far as Wife of Crime goes, this is our, where the hell have we been episode, but we are going to be coming out with a new regular episode. I'm going to be researching this week. We're going to record, and we'll have that coming out within the next couple weeks. And then from then on, we're going to go back to our bi-weekly schedule, and we'll be doing 2 episodes a month regular. And then we are going to do True Crime and Chill on Patreon. We're hoping to start True Crime and Chill in November again and kind of get back to podcasting, because I really did miss it. I missed you guys a lot, and I missed podcasting with Russ. It's really something that we've been doing together for, 4 years. And
wow, that long?
Yeah, that long.
It still feels kind of new to me.
Since really?
Yeah.
Since 2019.
Well, maybe because you put a lot more work into it.
Maybe.
Like
maybe it's because you just show up.
Yeah, I'm still going to show up. I'm just going to roll in the room.
Oh, God.
I'm a big Biggie fan, but in the words of Tupac, picture me rolling.
Well, you are in Baltimore, and Tupac, he went to my high school.
That boy was a
Baltimore
ballerina.
School for the Arts. He was a theater major in high school at the Baltimore School for the Arts. Shout out. That was my high
Biggie
school
guy.
as
Who
well.
shot you?
Well, again, we just want to say thank you so much to everybody. Like, we had this GoFundMe, and so many podcast people donated, and it was just astounding to us how many people donated.
You guys were amazing. I didn't
it blew
even
our minds.
expect that. Like, it really helped, because obviously I can't go back to work for the foreseeable future. And, my sister did the GoFundMe for us.
Yeah.
And it just, it really lifted a burden off of my mind, because I'm someone who worries about finances all the time, even when I'm doing well, because I grew up so poor that I'm always like worried about going back there.
Yeah.
And I work hard to not be there. And it was very touching.
It was so touching. And just reading all of your messages, we couldn't believe it.
I had to stop reading some of the GoFundMe messages. I went back to them, though. It like made me tear up. Yeah.
No, it was very, very touching and humbling. And even with Patreon as well, everyone who was a Patreon member.
You guys are fucking sticking around.
Like, some of them,
that's so dope. And some of you like went from upping your pledges and just so many. I mean,
yeah.
Some of you found me at Shirley Ryan and sent me shit.
Yeah, like that's amazing. We had just so many people.
Speaking of web sleuths.
We had so many people who just did so many amazing things for us. And, you know, Patreon is still going strong and you guys are sticking around without any extra content. You're just chilling over there.
But it's coming. I mean, we give you updates, you know, and, you know, if you really want to know what's going on with us, go to Wife of Crime Pod on Instagram. That's probably where we're the most active.
Aside from
Patreon, if you don't want to join the Patreon, we're not pressuring anyone. We're still gonna rock out, and you know, it's kind of like when your mom says they don't have a favorite kid, but you know who the favorite kid is.
Oh boy. So anyway, that's it. Just that's where we've been. That's what's going on in our lives. Just, you know, something to keep in mind. Life can change at literally any moment. You can be living your life and then all of a sudden it can be flipped completely upside down and you can end up in a situation you never imagined. But I think what Russ and I have learned is we're a team and we had to stick together through all of this, and our love is what is keeping us strong. And I think that, you know, there's so many moments where before this accident, we would get so stressed out over really dumb shit, like over stuff that is so irrelevant. And it really teaches you to like value things and to not sweat the small stuff as much because life is too short.
That's true. And
I was afraid that I lost him. And it just makes you look at everything so differently.
I'm not fucking leaving.
You're not fucking leaving. When he got extubated, they took the tube out of his chest when he got off the ventilator and they took the tube out. First of all, anyone that's ever been part of that situation, it is so crazy.
That shit hurt.
It's traumatic.
That was terrible. I thought they were just going to take it out and like get a breath of fresh air.
No, it's very traumatic.
They don't even warn you.
Yeah, well, they're not going to warn you.
Why not? Tell me what I have to go through.
Well, he got the tube out. There was so much mucus and phlegm. I mean, it's really bad. It looks like The Exorcist.
So you got to like cough it out and it hurts and your lungs are super weak at that point. Like my lungs aren't all the way back, but they're strong than most people's because I don't want them to be weaker than other people's. But you got to cough them out and your chest is killing you.
And you had broken ribs, 9 broken ribs.
That's probably why it hurt.
So he was coughing, and then after all this phlegm and gross stuff came out, and he looked like he just like, you know, projectile vomited mucus, he goes in front of everyone in the room, the doctors, nurses, everybody, he goes, "I'm not fucking leaving." Like Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm not fucking leaving.
So that was his first words after he got off the ventilator, which, you know, you guys know Russ. That's like so fitting. But anyway, it was traumatic and horrible, but we're getting through it. We're just taking it day by day. And thank you guys so much for all your support, for being here for us. And we'll be back with a new episode soon.
Yeah.
Anything else to say?
After we finish recording, I'm pretty sure I'll say, "Oh, I forgot that." But
yeah.
This is it for now, and we'll have more episodes.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful week. We will talk to you later. Bye.
Peace.